Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com.
So when we got the internet, so we were not running the software in the desktop. Earlier, remember when we installed the MS Office, we installed in the desktop. I was the owner of the software. I was the owner of that instance of MS Office because we buy the license. Now, let's say Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Amazon. Are you the owner of it? No, you are the consumer of it. So Amazon is installed somewhere else. Your MS Office, Office 360, the one which you are using in the cloud, is installed somewhere else. So now when we got the internet, then internet-based application has grown at a very rapid scale. So we started running application in where? Data center, correct now? All of you? Correct? Correct? All of you?
Yes.
Now guys, when we started running in the data center and we want to reduce the cost, reduction in the cost, but for what? Software running cost. Software running cost you want to reduce. Then what migration we did? Tell me. What migration we did to reduce the cost?
Virtualization.
Virtualization. We run in the virtual machine. Simple. You see, there's nothing great we are learning actually. These all are evolutions actually. So we changed we got the internet. We changed from the desktop to virtual machines. Now we started getting virtual machines. How much time it will take? Hardly 5 minutes. Earlier it used to take 1 day for it. If you set up a new virtual machines, from buying to configurations uses 1 day. VM's 5 minutes of work. Now I'm not getting into the each and every technology in detail, but at a high level. Okay. So guys, when we got in the virtual machines and when we started running the application in a data center, we were consuming applications based on the internet. So our release cycles got reduced from 1 year to what? 2 weeks. What we call it this process? Anyone have idea? When we reduce the release cycle from 1 year to 2 weeks, what we call that release cycle? What we call that development model?
It's agile.
Agile. Yes, you know that. Yes, you know that. You know that. Yeah. So we started saying that, hey, no, we will not follow waterfall model anymore. We will follow Agile. Why? Because we want to reduce the release cycles in 2 weeks. Why? Because we are offering the application on internet. Why? Because we are running nowadays software in a VMs. Many reasons are interrelated. And the architecture also you changed it. Which architecture you migrated from monolithic to what? You tell me. Software architecture, which you changed, monolithic from
Microservices.
SOA, service-oriented architecture. Service means web service, database service, app service. Web service means Apache. App service means Tomcat. Database service means MySQL and more. Service-oriented architecture. So we migrated from monolithic to SOA, service-oriented architecture. So this was the migration we did. All is logical, you know that. All is logical. But you know what, guys? One more evolution has come. You know what? One more evolution is. Evolution is what? Earlier we were using internet. Nowadays internet is using us. Wow. Remember. So earlier in 2000 we were using internet, but nowadays internet is using us. No matter what you see, you start your internet uses or not. Apps are running day and nights. Notifications are coming day and nights. They are knowing what you are doing, what activities you are doing, what activities you are not doing. Your mobile phone, your laptop is running 24/7 nowadays. Your devices are running, cameras are running, your fridge is running 24/7, your TV is running 24/7. You know all these things. You know that. I'm not going to tell you what is running on, what is not running. So guys, you need lots of storage. You means the organization, software organization, like a Facebook, like a Google, like a LinkedIn, like a WhatsApp, like your Amazon, like the application which you are using day and night. They need lots of CPU. They need lots of RAM. They need lots of storage. But you know what? We are not paying for those software. They are making some money from the ads or some commissions or some premium services, but we are not paying. Remember that how much time you have paid for the Google searches, how much time you have paid for the comparing the tickets on yatra.com, how much time you have paid for the transacting your money from one account to another account, or downloading the bank statement, or all this thing you do that. How much money you are paying? No, you're not paying. They are making money. That's one thing. But they make money from the different way. They cannot sell. Hey, buy a WhatsApp and give me this much of money. They cannot tell. Or if you want to do the Google searches, you'll have to pay 200 rupees per month. No. So the model has been changed actually. So nowadays, guys, a hell lot of application is running day and night, and then your expectation, that's called consumer behavior. Let me ask you one thing. Let's say Google or let's say Amazon is down for 5 seconds, or let's say Uber is down for 5 seconds. In India, we have two major service provider, Uber and Ola. So if Uber is down for 5 seconds, what you will do? Manoj, Ram, what you will do?
Hey viewers, our Mastery in DevOps engineering program can help you to hone the skills necessary to succeed in high-level DevOps positions. So what are you waiting for? Enroll now and earn certification that show you are keeping pace with today's technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Yes, obviously we'll move to Ola.
Ola, yes. First time if it is down for 5 seconds only, you are not honest customer. You will immediately change your vendor altogether. Second time also, if it is down, again you will change it. Third time again, first time you will open Ola only, don't open Uber. This is the kind of competitions we have in the market, in the software market. So guys, here if Ola and Uber has a bugs, they have a release, they want to change something, they have to do that in a few seconds, not 2 weeks. Within even in a single second of downtime, they have to upgrade a software. Without a single second of downtime, they have to fix the bugs. How would they do? They have to, without a single second of downtime, they have to roll back. You know that why? Because the moment Google will stop working, you will start complaining or stop using it. The moment Uber will stop working, for 5 seconds, you'll stop using it. If bank is not available for UPI transactions or whatever it is, you'll start abusing on the internet. This is the kind of consumer behavior we have got it. So that's a challenge for organization. Which organization? Software organization. So now they are saying, hey, we have to redefine, please hear me out. Software organizations are saying, hey, we need to redefine the quality of software. That means earlier we were writing the software for the quality so we can do the fixing, bug fixing once in a 6 month, 3 month or 2 months, that's okay. Or 2 weeks, that's also okay. But now you have to redefine the quality of the software. You have to write a code quality. You have to do the test quality in a certain way. There should not be any bugs, or there should not be any single second of downtime. You have to also reduce the software development cost. We can't pay this amount of money. Earlier, Microsoft become rich. Why? Because they started selling the MS Office licenses or operating system licenses much in advance before using the software. Remember, nowadays, if I give you 6 months of free trial also, then also I don't know whether you buy the software or not. So we have to do what? We have to reduce the software development cost. You have to reduce the data center cost. Software running, that's where you are running. Remember, the data center also incur lots of cost like a CPU, RAM, storage, operating system cost, electricity cost, premises cost, salary cost, so much of things which is happening. But how much you are paying for it? So the software organization saying, hey, we have to do something. We have to do the immediate release without a single second of downtime. You have to reduce the software development cost and running cost. You have to improve the software quality and test quality. Everything we have to do that. Why? Because of evolution. Is a part of evolutions. So I think it's a 2020s, right? 2020s, 2022s, right? Yeah, correct. So what should we do? So guys, software organizations, they had that challenges. So they migrated from 1 year release model to 2 weeks, and now they migrated from 2 minutes. That means in 2 minutes you have to do the release. I'm just giving you just for understanding purpose. These numbers may change, depends on the project, delivery, company, product. So please do not hard code this, just for understanding purpose. So how we are migrating? The release has to happen in 2 minutes. That means all of your work you have to do in 2 minutes or 3 minutes. So now you will say, Rajesh, how can we do that all this work in 2 minutes? Well, let's say 10 minutes for the logical discussion. How can we do that? Are you understanding, guys? This is the challenge. This is the requirement for us. We have to do the release cycle, reduce the release cycle to 10 minutes. From 2 weeks. Are you understanding? Hello?
Yes.
How can we do that? So then we say, hey, let's follow the DevOps. Question is, what is DevOps? What is DevOps? So earlier in model where something waterfall, then Agile, and now DevOps. What is DevOps? Okay, we'll come back to this question again. But in a software architecture model, we have to change it from monolithic to SOA. And SOA to what? Anyone has idea? Someone has used this keyword actually.
Yes, microservices.
Microservices. Now some of you will ask, what is a microservices? I don't know. So maybe some of you know that, but maybe some of you don't know that. Again, microservices is a day of discussions, 1 day of discussion. But we don't have a time, unfortunately, and you don't need that kind of lecture now also, because you're not getting into microservices development. You are learning some of the tooling part of the DevOps. So that's a different. But let's understand the microservices. Okay. So here, understand that this is a simple way I'm putting up. You have to understand, you have to visualize, you have to think more in your mind rather than seeing the picturization. So what is microservices? So guys, this is the one product. How many features do you have? Let's say 20 features. Typically, you will have 200 features for any products, but I'm just, for the sake of discussion, I'm saying 20. In the MS Paint also, if you look at this, 50 features we have in front of my screen also. So 20 features, 20 code, which is incorporated into one product. One product that's called monolithic product. So what is a microservices? So each 20 service, we call it a one service. 20 feature, we call it a one service. Okay, SOA concept. Service concept, because, and for each service, you will launch through app server and web server. But right now I'm discussing microservices. So what we'll do, understand that, very simple. One product, 20 features. How many teams are there? 20 teams are there who's taking care of the development model, software development, testing, validation, and support, all these things. 20 people are there.
Hey viewers, trying to get into DevSecOps? Enroll for our DevSecOps certified professional programs and earn the certification that shows you are fit for these technical roles and requirements. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Okay, how many lines of code you have? Let's say 20 million lines of codes are there. 20,000, or let's say, let's make it 100K thousands or lines of code are there. Okay. Now, in the microservices, what we'll do? So we will say, hey, let's not keep it together. Separate it out, all this code. 1 code, 2 code, 3 code, 3 features, 4 features, 15 features, 20 features, like that. So now guys, earlier we had 100K lines of code. Now let's say 5,000 lines of code you have. This is 10,000 lines of code you have. Think simple, okay? This is 10,000 lines of code you have. Don't you think so? Correct? All of you? All of you?
Yeah.
Now guys, you have 20 people. But tell me honestly, do you need 20 people to only manage this 5,000 lines of code? No. How many people are sufficient for managing this 5,000 lines of code? Tell me. One or two? One or two at max, 1 or 2. You are only answering this question. Now let me tell you here, this I want to do the release, let's say 10 times. So this is a V5. I don't have to, this I can do release separately also. This is a V3. This guy is very aggressive. They are doing the release every 1 week or every day or every 30 minutes, every 20 minutes. Let's say V45. You are getting my points. So now see, think, if you do the release of MS Office, which was the monolithic architecture, if you do the one bug fixing, you have to do the testing, everything. Think simple. Build 2 hours. Compile 2 hours. Testing, packaging 2 hours. Testing 2 days. But now what? Only 5,000 lines of code. Build 1 minute. Packaging 1 minute. Testing, let's say automated test cases, 2-3 minutes. Within 5 to 6 minutes, your code is ready or not ready. Simple. Feedback is ready or not ready. How many people are required for managing this code? Only 1 or 2. Independent release, you can do that. So if you do the release, you don't have to do this release, this release, this release, this release, this release. So basically, this has become a world of microservices. And that's the reason you can do development faster, bug fixing faster. If you want to introduce one functionality here, you can introduce here. Don't need to bother here, and all stuff like that. Correct now, guys? All of you? All of you?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, guys, you tell me, you only suggested me, I have not given a points. You only said for managing the 5,000 of lines of code, you need only 1 or 2 people. Yes, you need only 1 and 2 people. So tell me 1 and 2 people, 1 microservices is equal to 1 or maybe maximum 2 people. Tell me one thing, guys, in the 2 people, who's a development, who's architect, who's a QA, who's operations? Tell me, who's manager? Tell me, who can become in these 2 people? How can you create a team? Think logically. Tell me.
Dev and Ops.
Yeah. It's not possible, right? In a team of 2 people, once you migrate it to microservices, it's a team of 2 people who can. So now the question is what to do in this problem. That is where the DevOps has come, DevOps has come. What is a DevOps? I'm giving very simple and straightforward definition. I'm not complicating with the complicated computing software computing keywords. DevOps means what? DevOps means what? I am a DevOps engineer.
Operations.
Yes, I'm a DevOps engineer. I do coding. Please hear me out clearly. I do coding for the product. Yes, I am a DevOps engineer. I do coding for the testing of product. I am a DevOps engineer. I do coding for infrastructure. Just a second. Infra and operations for running a product. That means I am doing everything. I do everything, and I am DevOps engineer. Did you understand what is a DevOps then? Everywhere is coding, guys. Everywhere is coding. Here you will do the coding in Java. Here you will do the coding in Selenium for testing the product, and here you will do the coding in Ansible or AWS or Jenkins file or.
Hey viewers, are you looking for formal training on SRE practices? Take our SRE program. This course will teach you how to successfully implement site reliability engineering in the modern day 24/7 services. Kickstart your SRE training today. Contact info is mentioned in the video sidebars and in the description box. Book your seats for the upcoming batches now.
Terraform and stuff like that. Correct, no? All of you are you understanding?
Yes.
So what is a DevOps engineer? You know that in the microservices world, we have one microservices, we have only one or two people, and these people will act like everything. Yes, you have to act like everything. You have to become a dev, you have to become a QA, you have to become operations, you have to become a this, you have to become that. You are everything. Now the problem will start. The moment I say no, you have to act like everything, then many of you will get scared. I know that. You'll say, Rajesh, I'm a developer. I don't want to become a QA people or operations people. I don't want to become architect. Yeah. So let me ask you one thing. You only tell me, for managing 5,000 lines of code only 5,000 lines of code, only one feature. How many people we need to hire? Organization. Think in terms of organization. You are having only 5,000 lines of code. You are a software engineer. Can't you, being a software engineer, can't you manage only 5,000 lines of code in your entire life? One functionality only. You have to plan for it. You have to develop for it. You have to test for it. You have to run for it, operations for it, and you have to manage it for it. Can't you do that one or two people alone? Do you need an entire team for it? Tell me. What do you think?
It'll be very cumbersome, even though there's some things you can merge together.
Yeah. So you have a simple line of code in the microservices world, only 5,000 lines of. I'm just giving you a dumb example. Please don't mind. Okay, so this is the DevOps. Now many people say, Rajesh, no. I don't want to do the coding for the product. I don't want to do the coding for the testing of product, or I don't want to do the coding for the infrastructure and operations. I don't want to learn any of these things. That's a different thing altogether. But you know, guys, organization wants these all things, and for that they have migrated to architecture. They have migrated. They are saying, hey, please release in 10 minutes. Earlier you were doing the release full product, not anymore. Only this code. Earlier, we were spending a lot of days for building, packaging, testing. Not anymore. Only 10 minutes is okay for everything. 15 minutes is okay for everything. So now the question is, then organization said, what we should wrapper this profile. So now they say, hey, let's do one thing. Let's wrapper it to DevOps. Means combining everything. So it's very simple. In the DevOps, you have to do everything. You have to code for the product. You have to code for the testing of the product. You have to code for the infrastructure and operations. You have to do everything. That's called DevOps. Along with it, you have to change the Microsoft architecture also. Now, along with it, you have to change the platform also. So earlier, we were running the software in desktop. Then we were running the software in the virtual machine. Now we are running a software in anyone?
In
What?
microservices.
No. We are running platform. I'm talking about platform.
Okay, the platform. Okay,
Cloud.
that's the cloud.
No, cloud is VMs, no? Virtual machines only.
Yeah.
Virtual machine means cloud, AWS, Azure, or VMware and all stuff like that. Guys, nowadays we are running a software in
Containerization. Yeah, container.
container. Yes. So earlier, in a desktop setup, time is 1 day. 1 day. In the VM, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, and container 1 second. That means you want to run one application, 1 second. You want to run 10,000 application, 1 second. I repeat, 10,000 application in 1 second. So that means your setup time has been reduced. You have got a limited code to do. Can't you do the alone being a DevOps engineer? Yes, you have to do that. You have to do that. But guys, this we are talking very loudly. I mean, it's very easy to talk. But when it comes for the implementation, then people revolt. They started fighting for it. That devs say, hey, I will not do the QA because from last 20 years, you see that duration. Dev says from last 20 years, I was doing the coding. I will not do the QA. I will not do the operation. That's not my work. I'm not supposed to do that. Don't push me hard, else I'll quit my job. Then QA people also say the same thing. Operations people also will say the same thing. Architect also will say the same thing. Everyone, they have started fighting with organization. They say, no, I'm not going to do. Because I've been doing this work from last 20 years. How can you say to do everything in one go? Though no matter, we have lots of great tooling system, but we are still not able to do that. And that's called mindset problem, guys. What we call it, mindset issues or culture issues in the organization. Correct, no? We are not ready to adopt the new things. Our engineers are not, we as engineers are not ready to adopt the new mindset, new culture, new tooling, new tools. So what to do? That is where, guys, we have a DevOps training. Correct. Now we understand why every organization wants to have a DevOps training. All of you.
What do you say?
That's where we require the DevOps training. DevOps training means in the training, which we will say, hey, please change your mindset. Please change your culture. Please change your tool sets. So you can do this one. And so we can achieve this target. Are you understanding?
Yeah.
So DevOps means what? DevOps means to do everything. But we are not doing it. So we have a DevOps training, simple. Now we will understand how can we change our mindset? How can we change mindset? How can we change the culture within a team? What are the tool set? Tool set, anyways, we have a training for this. But mindset problems, you have to work with it. Culture, you have to work with it. Again, please, if you hard code these 3 statements in your mind, then I think you are done with it. No jargons needed. If you can hard code these 3 statements, each one of you, then you are done with it. If you are ready for coding for the product, if you're ready for the coding for a testing a product, and if you're ready for the coding for the infrastructure and operation and runtime, then you are a DevOps engineer. Ready, I said ready. It's not like you are eligible. I mean, I'm not saying you should be having skills for it. I'm saying you should be ready for it. Mindset should be set according to that. If you are ready, automatically that all this thing is easy to do nowadays. Very easy to do nowadays. With the new technology and all, everything is easy. Correct now? All of you?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So guys, now the question is what need to be done? That is where the mindset to convince you, we have a training. and training of like talking about the advantage, disadvantage, what to do, what not to do, all these practices and all. So here, lots of jargons we have, which can help you to change your mindset. Okay, so lots of jargons we have. So change your mindset. So now these jargons probably, I feel, because DevOps is there from last 10 years plus now. Okay, it's not something new. So just change your mindset. Let's be ready for doing everything. Do not scare from the learning new tools, coding, testing, all these things. But more or less, in the industry, people think this is the DevOps. Please remember, this is the DevOps. More or less. People say, hey, do you know Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, AWS? Then you are a DevOps engineer. But actually, it's not. Actually, it's not. Okay. So, yeah, you have to change your mindset. Now, in detail, just a second. In detail, I have around 5 to 6 hours of recording. If you find really interesting, it's a theoretical session. Okay. So you can check this video program.
Thanks for watching. Want to study further? Join our training programs today.